Yes, thank you, moderator. Thank you for the opportunity to share about the human rights issues in our beloved city, the city of Bogor. My name is Bima Arya. I'm mayor of Bogor. This is the city where the president resides today. A city which is close to Jakarta. The president resides at the Bogor Presidential Palace since his first period. There is a lot to talk about human rights issues as far as the history of Bogor is concerned. Justice rights, welfare rights, participation rights, women's rights, children's rights, and so on and so forth. All have been our development concerns, such as decreasing violence against women and children, reducing poverty, or better access of people with disabilities to our infrastructure. The city has also achieved status as children-friendly city as an example of our commitment. But today I would like to share about the most underlying issue in the city of Bogor that many have concerns with, which is the issue of the protections of religious freedom. Bogor was among the lowest rank in promoting tolerance and protecting religious rights according to the Setara survey, the non-government organization which focus on human rights issues. As far as the history of Bogor is concerned, Bogor DNA is actually pluralistic and home to diverse cultural and religious backgrounds that coexist peacefully. It has become the character of the city, as well as our society, living in harmony and tolerance relations among different groups in our everyday life. Even though the city of Bogor are predominantly Muslims, various religious groups are also existed since the history of Bogor. And every religious community have their religious places and can freedom their activities in most of our time as far as the history of Bogor is concerned. Even minority groups that have been discriminated, excluded, and even evicted in other areas, such as Ahmadiyya, the Jehovah's Witness, live peacefully in the city of Bogor without problems at all. Yet, as many have known, the city experienced interreligious conflicts that have become global attention as well. The banning of Yasmin Church for 16 years ago has actually deeply marked and shaped social tension until now. Legal disputes also happen, justifying opposing groups to continue their position, to reject or demand the establishment. The problem is actually no longer about the legal status, but long-term harmony in the community. The second case was the discontinuations of the Shia community religious gathering called Ashura in 2016. The uncontrolled conflict was at very high risk of becoming a bloody incident, which for the life-saving purposes forces the mayor to discontinue the event. It was the only way to save my citizens at the time. The third and more recent issue is the rejection of Al-Hanbal Mosque establishment. The majority accuse that the mosques have a strong link with Wahhabi, or ultra-conservative in Islamic terms, therefore rejecting the establishment. And there was the most significant street demonstrations in the history of modern Bogor to reject the establishment of the mosque. Since I was appointed, I declare myself to be the mayor for all citizens. A lot of activities and efforts I have dedicated in serving all the existing groups, visiting them, getting their advice, and intensively dialogue about any specific and sensitive issues. I ensure that the Ashura incident has never occurred again. I approached key religious and social leaders and conducted dialogue. The result has been the continuations of the Ashura celebration without conflict at all until today. And we have facilitated the dispute regarding the Ahmad bin Hanbal Mosque to the court. We win the case with the court decision to allow the establishment. We followed the court decision and facilitated their permit. I also conducted a series of dialogue to ensure public acceptance. In my view, public acceptance is the key to for mosques to sustain the future. In the Yasmin Church case, we established the team of 7. It consists of the church committee and other stakeholders. The team's functions, the main job of the team is to find the best possible solution for the church to ensure the right for the congregation to have church. We are at the moment still in the negotiation process because the demand is not only about providing a legal permit, but also about ensuring a long-term harmony in the surrounding neighboring church locations. And this is the aspirations of the church community as well. I was about to give them permit protections by force, but the church community did not want it. We also involved Human Rights Commissions, the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the Ministry of Religions. So, learning from the conflict, I believe that harmony and diversity is our city treasures that only could exist if we continue maintaining them and fostering them. And it is our commitment. Hence, when there was rejection from intolerant groups that oppose us from promoting pluralism and diversity ideas, I was at the front in confronting them. The picture was about, actually I'm trying to show a slide which show you a picture when I joined mass demonstrations to counter intolerant groups that protested us to cancel the Chinese New Year celebrations in 2019. So my administrations exposed various social and religious events to promote and campaign interreligious harmony and religious freedom protections. For example, we celebrated the annual Chinese New Year's, our city anniversary celebrations, and the country Independence Day through any cultural festival with a strong message on interreligious harmony throughout the city. We engage all religious communities in any city's event. We make the interreligious praying sessions as a standard program in any our major events in our city. And we have actually pictures, the photo in the Chinatown that is integrated into Surya Kencana area, which has been known at the moment as the landmark of Bogor pluralism and interreligious harmony. We have currently developing a city program to preserve the location and promote it, this spot of pluralism spirit as the hallmark of the city. But beyond city events, we regularly conducted interreligious dialogues, many of them in collaborations with Interreligious Harmony Forum. And we often use religious events of different religions, such as Ramadan breakfasting, Christmas Eve, or other religious events, to gather our religious leaders to celebrate each other to foster their mutual understanding. Especially during this pandemic COVID-19 situations, we have collaborated with interreligious institutions to promote health protocol, formulating policies, and also educating people about COVID-19. I believe that this is the very best moment for gather any different religions to be united to promote health protocol, and we are encouraging all the spokespersons from any religious organizations together in building a public opinion that the unity is a must during this pandemic COVID-19 era. And at the policy level, we mainstreaming the promoting tolerance and pluralism in our development planning document, program, and also budget. And actually this year we established Human Rights Task Force, action plan for mainstreaming human rights governance programs and activities. And we are collaborating also with the Asia Foundations, with human rights commissions, with human rights think tank in Jakarta to promote religious freedom and human rights. And currently we are formulating local regulations on human rights protection in the city of Bogor. The draft is now being discussed by the local legislative. That would be the end of my presentation. And again, thank you very much